Well, many of you are going to be lacing up your running shoes for a good cause this summer. Many 5K and 10K races in the upcoming months are raising money to help others. So we have one more to add to your list. Next Saturday on June 1st, I will help host the second annual Norma Stewart Memorial Walk Run. It's benefiting the family tree and raising awareness of domestic violence. With me today is Dina. She is the daughter of Norma Stewart, and they're dedicating the whole race to her. And then we have Jeff Swingle at the very end over there from Edward Jones, and Scott Shields. He's the CEO of the family tree, and that's where all of the money raised will be going. So we're going to be talking to all of you, but I wanted to start with you, Dina. We're going to bring up some pictures of your mom, Norma Stewart. She was involved in domestic violence, and it didn't end well. Why don't you tell me the story?
She was married for 43 years, and it was pretty much emotional abuse the whole time.
Really?
No one ever saw it, so it was very hard living in it because no one saw what was going on behind closed doors. And
Right, so you didn't know what was going on
well,
with your
I
mom?
did because I was living there, but no one else really, you know, we'd say how hard it was and no one saw it. They saw him in a totally different light than what we saw him.
Right. And we were talking about this before the show. In light of recent events, you know, with those 3 women in Cleveland who were involved in completely different situations, I think it opens your eyes to the fact that it can be happening in your own family, in your own neighborhood, that we need to be aware, right?
Yeah, it is. It's very hard when you're in it to talk to anyone about it because you don't feel like they understand because they aren't in it. They don't understand how it makes you feel. And so if we can let people know that they aren't alone, there are people that understand, and hopefully get them to talk and get help so they don't end up like my mom.
Is this you and your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a great picture. It ended tragically for your mom.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. I know this is hard.
She filed for divorce and he moved away, and he moved to Missouri, and then we don't know why he just drove from Missouri and came out and shot her, and then they couldn't find him for a while. They think he was on the way to get me and some other people when they caught him. So as bad as it was, it could have been a lot worse.
A lot worse. Oh my goodness. And not all cases end this way. Some women go through abuse for years, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really the point to this 5K that's going to be, and the walk, the 5K walk and the 2-mile, the 5K run and the 2-mile walk that's going to be going on next week. It's really to raise awareness, raise funds, and you have a lot of people who come up and talk to you about their personal stories.
I've had so many people just hearing what I went through that they come up and, you know, even though it ended bad, my mom was so happy those last few years that she left. So I just want everyone to know that, you know, getting out, no matter what, it's better if you get out.
Yeah, we need to support this. We're going to show some pictures of last year's event. This is the 2nd annual race, and we're going to talk to Jeff Swingle. You're a financial advisor with Edward Jones. You're not only a sponsor for this event, but you were a good friend of Norma, right?
Yeah, she actually worked for me, worked in my office with me, and she brought me to Edward Jones. She was with them before me and talked me into coming and working with them, and finally ended up that we got to work together.
Wow.
So family friend as well as co-worker.
That's really neat that your company is sponsoring this event and giving back, and that you're personally involved. So this means a lot to you to really get people out there and raise some funds.
Absolutely. Anybody that we can get out to do it, to make awareness for this, if we can just help one other family not have to go through what Dina and I did, and the rest of the family to not have to deal with that, would be
What
perfect.
a great event. Now, Scott Shields is the CEO of Family Tree. That's where the money will be going. How does Family Tree help out in these situations?
Well, yeah, Joana, for 37 years, Family Tree has been providing life-changing services designed to end child abuse, domestic violence, and homelessness. So really, this cause is obviously very key in the mission and what we do every day. In particular, within our domestic violence services area, we provide services for literally thousands of women and children who are victims. And we have a safe shelter called Women in Crisis, and we have some outreach programs, and we also provide supervised visitation and exchange services for victims of domestic violence. And so it's very important that we're focused on creating a safe environment and helping with safety planning and linkages to community resources and helping them affect long-lasting and positive change in their lives.
Yeah, and money helps this, right? You need the funds to
Yeah,
help.
of course, money helps, and I think that's obviously a tremendous, legacy that Dina and Jeff are, and all the family are giving as part of this walk. But as you heard them both say too, it's very important to raise awareness. This is an issue that, as you know well too, we have to state that there's no room for domestic violence in our lives, in our communities, and by raising awareness and allowing other people to make sure that they talk about it, and that we all can be allies and help is really just as important.
Absolutely. Big hug, girl. I've been involved with Family Tree, and I'm going to be helping host this event next week. And I've worked with you guys. You guys are amazing. Everybody gets a T-shirt next week if they show up. We got to get the company to get these T-shirts done, so everybody gets a T-shirt. Oh, let me hold that up. So it's the second annual Norma Stewart Walk Run. It'll take place next Saturday, June 1st at the Westminster City Park. It starts at 8 a.m. Registration is $35, and proceeds are going to the Family Tree, as we just talked about. You can donate money. You don't have to come out and run. Just give us the cash or register at familytree.org. It will be, I will be there to help host the event along with Edward Jones Investments. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for coming on today, you guys.